All right, guys, what's going on? Today's product training here is going to be hosted by myself, Jordan Supino, as well as Mr. Steve Boslog. We get the absolute pleasure of seeing Steve on a continuous basis. The reason is they're always dropping new products. They're always sharing new knowledge. And look, what they got is hot, and they have no intentions of slowing down. So Steve's going to be sharing with us here today a bit about their new product coming out. But without further ado, Steve, take it away, my man.
Thanks, Pino. Appreciate you, man. I tried to grow my beard. I had to shave today. I'm trying to get that long beard look like you got, man. Today's or tomorrow's a big day for us, right? We have our IUL coming out, our Express IUL, which Jordan's already gotten easy early access to, right? We also have some changes to FE Express that I want to talk about real quick. First is we'll be able to have a different payer than owner/insured. Now, the owner and insured are going to still have to be the same on FE Express tomorrow, but you'll be able to have a third-party payer. So that's huge. Second, you'll be able to change the first draft date. So this is we're still working on getting the future draft date changed, but for now, one step at a time, you'll be able to change your first draft date, your initial premium draft date, before it drafts. So, and then the final thing is you'll be able to have multiple policies. So currently, if you write your client one FE Express policy, that's all you can write. You can't go back and add coverage later on. You're stuck, but that will change as of tomorrow. If you get your client, 20 grand to start, and they say, hey, I really think I need another 5 grand, you'll be able to add a second policy for FE Express. So all that's launching tomorrow, along with the IUL Express. So it's a super exciting time here. You guys are crushing it. So FFL's sales have, I think, tripled in the last 3 months. So it's just, it's a rocket ship going up right now. And I don't see it stopping anytime soon. You guys are loving FE Express, and I think you'll love IUL Express just as much. So first thing I want to point out is my phone number and my email address. Make sure you have me saved in there. When an issue happens, I might not be able to fix everything, but I'm easy to contact. And I get back to you right away. Call, text, email me, whatever you want to. If there's policy details and it's something I need to forward on, it's best to email me. It just makes everything go faster. I'm on the road a lot these days, and the more you can put an email and send to me and I can just forward, it makes everything go quicker, right? So steve.bauslug@transamerica.com. Make sure you have it, and 720-614-3000. Again, this launches tomorrow, the FE or the IUL Express, so you won't see it yet in your systems, but tomorrow you will here. All right, so it's 100% instant mid-app decision. I'm going to walk you through the application here in a little bit. It has the same awesome pin to sign that you're used to now with FE Express. At launch, it's going to be ages 18 to 60. We'll go from 50K to 500K. We really compete a lot better after 100,000 and up. So really, if you have a case that's 80,000, try 100,000. It's going to be cheaper most likely. So I learned we had a case last week that came in. It was $30 cheaper per month to go for 100,000 versus 75,000. So sometimes the higher face amount, there's a massive break point there. So the cost per thousand drops huge. So just make sure you're always trying it at 100,000. Ages 61 to 70, we go up to 300K. And then soon, it's not available yet because we're not able to have a different owner than insured. But once we're able to do that, we're going to offer juveniles too. So you'll be able to do 0 to 17 years old up to $250,000. I think that's coming in November or December, but it's not available yet. But keep an eye out for that. I think that's a huge market that no one's offering a good product, an IUL at least in right now. That's instant. 3 easy solves, so you can do a minimum fund, or we call it max protection, I guess is the buzzword, a target solve, and a max fund. So you'll be able to do all 3 solves or kind of anything in between. And they also come with living benefits. So living benefits are included in this product, but you don't have to. So they're included automatically, but it's still, we underwrite for them. So there's going to be some things like rheumatoid arthritis, right, that will approve, but you can't get living benefits on. So if that's the case, right, we just won't include living benefits on the policy. It is not currently available in California. The product isn't at all. It should be launched here in the next month or two. So I see a quick fast follow on that. Living benefits for us, though, are available in California. They are for all of the products. So I don't see why it would be different for this one. And then we have our Everest rider available on this automatically at $250K and above, which is our funeral planning rider. It's awesome. It's on every FV Express policy, and people really love it. I'll go over our account options too, our index options. So eligibility, we can't do, if you want to do an I-10 or, a non-citizen, you have to use our traditional IUL. This is going to be only for U.S. citizens at rollout. I'm trying to get it more complex, but right now that's it. It won't be available in New York probably ever. And then California, obviously, be a fast follow. You have two risk classes. You have your select non-tobacco and your select tobacco, so your non-smoker and smoker. Any sort of, smoking, vaping, Zins, all that makes you a tobacco user, right? It's not just smoker. It's chew, anything with nicotine in it, you are considered a smoker. Death benefit, we have level, increasing, and graded. Now, I know a lot of people come from the final expense world, and graded's a 4-letter word there, right? Graded's a substandard rating. That's not what graded means with our IUL. Graded is a type of death benefit on the IUL that goes, it starts as an increasing death benefit, and then it automatically will turn into a decreasing death benefit at, I believe, age 65 for your clients. And it'll decrease by 5% a year after that. So most of the time, you have to, as the agent or the client, have to manage these things, right? And you have to go in and call every year and say, my client wants to decrease their death benefit to kind of maintain that optimal death benefit on top of the MEC.
Yeah, I want to share that too, Steve. That's a huge point right there. I mean, when in the IUL world, man, a lot of times, as people are getting older, cost of insurance is going up. As we know in IULs, if they're not properly funded on a full one, those things can implode later. So, I mean, that's huge right there for being able to go in there and protect the client another safe way. Because let's call it as it is. There's agents out there, they'll work a deal, they'll help them out, and there'll be clients they'll never hear from them again. So that's a nice safety precautionary in there for you. That's huge.
Great IUL are you have to check on them every year, right? You have to watch them. You have to make sure they're being properly funded. You have to make sure they're healthy. And then that goes on for 20 years while you put money in, or 30 years. And then when you start taking income, it still goes on for another 20 years, right? And so the graded automatically will go from an increase in death benefit to a level decreasing death benefit. I highly suggest it. All right. Living benefits, we talked about those already. And then our index options, I think we have the best index options in the industry. If you want the global, you got the global, which is, gives you access to the Asian markets, the European markets, and the US markets. It's 100% equity, right? And then you have the S&P if your client just wants access to the US. But my favorite is the balanced uncapped. The balanced uncapped is going to give your clients uncapped on the upside, 113% participation rate. And then, so if it returns 10, they get credited with 11.3, right? And then it's going to give them 76% roughly equity exposure. Usually, if you have an uncapped account, the equity exposure is almost nothing, or it has this massive volatility overlay, which means that when the markets drop, it sells off. And then when the markets go up, it buys back in. So it's always working against the markets, and it has a terrible effect on return, right? So the balanced uncapped, in my opinion right now, is the best index out there. It's going to give you the best upside potential uncapped with a great participation rate, and it's not sticking you in bonds or giving you a terrible vol overlay. If you want to go do a deep dive into index, give me a holler. I will talk about it with you for an hour. I grew up on the variable annuity side with sub accounts and doing all this equity stuff. So I know how all these work. I've seen people get burnt by bad indexes before. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. All right. Where do you find it? You go to Agent Home, secure.transamerica.com. And then right now you have a box that just says FE Express Solutions. Tomorrow it will say FE Express and FFIUL Express. You'll click on that. When you get in there, you'll follow the same thing you do now. You can either start with a new application, go straight into it, or you can start with a quote. I think you should probably start with a quote. but it'll have all your FE Express and IUL Express pending and recently submitted stuff right there for you at the bottom. I'm going to go into this stuff in a minute when we kind of hop in the illustration, but you'll see your 3 easy solves: your target, max, and your target, maximize protection, and maximize cash value that you can solve for premium, solve for face. So it's really a fully customizable IUL. There's not kind of limitations on it. You're not stuck with a max protect. You're not stuck with a target protect. You can build this thing how you want to for your client's needs. We talked about the allocations here already. I like to bounce uncapped. You can download a full illustration, which is really cool. A lot of times we took our existing IUL product. We didn't file for a new product. We just filed for a new process. So this is a true IUL that's just on an immediate decision process. So you can download the full illustration, and the full illustration's pretty awesome. You can put the client's name on it, and then the illustration could be used as almost a sales tool. Yeah.
Yeah, and just to add there, Steve, that's huge too. Another key point, guys, with illustrations here. For those who've been in the business for some time, and you guys know some of those other simplified stuff, to get an illustration, some of them may be simple, but how simple is it? Other ones, you got to jump through hoops. You got to go create things in this dinosaur age type software and whatnot. So that's huge right here. I don't know about you.
WinFlex or something to go grab an illustration. Ours will show right there. So
yeah, yep, nice, very good.
It will not be available in WinFlex or any quoting tools. It's you got to go here for it. All right, so you can have 3 different signing options. You can do the in-person, which some people use, but not many, I don't think. Email or text message. If you've written some FE Express, I'm sure you ran into a validation issue before. More of these clients should validate. You know, the IUL clients are usually younger. They're healthier. It's not the same final expense client, right? We're not going to take COPD. We're only going to take diabetes at 60 plus, and it has to be well maintained, right? We're not going to take heart attacks or cancer or stroke or any of that stuff. This is a different client. This is your traditional term client. This is a healthier client. So most of these clients will know how to use their cell phone. They'll have a cell phone for a long time, and they'll verify just fine. You should be able to do text, but if it does fail, you might have to default to email. So here's what the text looks like, right? Your client will receive a text message from us. It'll have this PIN code in here, right? If they do click on the hyperlink, they might have to log in, but they shouldn't have to. They can just read the PIN code off to you, and then you plug it in. It will tell you the reason for decline. Typically, not all things can be released. Some things we can't tell you, but it will try if we can. And then there's a hard decline and a soft decline as well too. A soft decline means or a hard decline means we don't think they can get any of our products, or we don't think they can get any of our IUL terms, stuff like that. They might still be eligible for final expense. A soft decline means that they can't get this express product, but they may be able to apply for our traditional IUL. We'll still have our policy promise on here, but it's a little different because the policy should print for your client pretty quick. Excuse me. This policy does for IUL Express, the first payment has to draft on the day that you fully submit it. So, you know, you run you send the client the first PIN, right? And they get approval. And then if you go process and send the second one, once you enter that, we will draft the first premium payment. We're looking to get that changed. We want to get that changed. We want to get it so you can put that off. But for now, until we get it fixed, you'll have some clients who you'll want to wait to send that second PIN to, because when you enter that second PIN, obviously it will draft that first premium. So if the client says, no, I want to start on the first of the month, perfect. I will wait 14 days to send you that second PIN, and we'll have it start on the first. All right, clients have access to view their policies on Life Access as well too. They'll just go to transamerica.com and then create an account and set their own username and password. But they will have an online area to view their IUL. That's it for the presentation. I had a slide in here, I thought, about our trip too, but I guess it disappeared. So we have, you mentioned the Puerto Rico trip. Awesome. I'm hoping to be there as well too. Why not qualify for 2 trips at once? We do an awesome trip as well too. Ours is $100,000 in the year, and our trip you still have about 2.5 months to qualify for. You just have to get to $100,000. It's in Cabo San Lucas at one of the 50 top hotels in the world. It's at the Montage in Los Cabos. Carrier trips are awesome, guys. You want to be on a carrier trip. We do a lot of fun stuff. We pay for you and a +1 to get down there. We get your flights. We get your hotel package. We have a bunch of events down there. We'll probably go ATV on the beach or something. You can race me on an ATV, see if you can beat me. Or maybe we'll go fishing down there. Who knows? But we'd love to have you down at our Cabo trip and do some fun stuff with you and entertain you for a little bit. I'm going to hop into we call it our Figma. It's kind of our demo site. I can send this out to you as well too if you want it. Just send me an email. I'll forward you the Figma link, and you can play around with this. But again, you'll have access to the full application tomorrow. But you can either go into new application or get quote. We think most people will go into get quote. Then you'll select your product. You'll have both FE Express and IUL Express here. I'm going to put the IUL Express in here. You'll put in the client's information, all that good stuff. then you'll hop in here, right? And you can target solve, max protection, max cash, or kind of build it however you want to. We give you a great illustration or a great picture here that I don't think anyone else does, right? This is a max cash value. So we're showing the death benefit right on the MEC line, right? So you're doing an increasing death benefit here, and then we're showing a level decreasing when they start taking income. But essentially, as you put money in, the death benefit grows and grows and grows every year and stays $1 above the MEC amount. So that's keeping the charges low. That means your client's cash value is growing as fast as possible. And it also means that their income will be as high as possible off this thing. And then once they start taking income, you see a level decreasing death benefit that it switches to. So, yeah, and that's using the optimal switch here. You don't have to show income though. You can hit customize and cut off the income and all that stuff, right? So we're going to start application here. Once you're happy with the illustration, you hop in the application, right? We got your agent. We got your agent number. We just make sure all that stuff's good, and it'll hop into the application. We're going to do phone or virtual. Put the client's name in here. All this good stuff. Non-smoker. Save their information, right? Coverage amount, we got that from the initial illustration. Start application. Yep, same exact chassis. The client will do business electronically. You have to make sure that is it. Client, we're going to say they do have existing insurance. It's not a replacement, right? And then we just put the information in here for the client. All that good stuff. Right, then we have the client information here again. It should match the driver's license. Are you a U.S. citizen? Yes, this has to be yes. You guys have seen all this stuff before. Driver's license, yes. Now, all these first questions are knockouts. So this whole first page is pretty much knockouts here. None of the above, none of the above, no, none of the above. The only one that wouldn't be a knockout here would be diabetes. Right, it has to be 60 plus when they got it. So most likely none of the above, and then none of the above. No, and then none of the above here. So these are, most of these are knockouts here as well too. Yeah, none of the above. Yeah, so all those are knockouts, right? If you put yes to any of those, you're out. Save health information. Now lifestyle information, right? We got smoker, non-smoker stuff. You guys know all these questions.
You want to add something there, Steve, too. For new agents that are paying attention, guys, just a clarification. Look, IULs, they're harder to qualify for. So if you got someone, and they got some medical issues, look, beggars can't be choosers and whatnot. Coming here, a person had a recent heart attack. Yeah, they're not getting IUL. They're pretty jacked up. They got a whole bunch of medications. They're most likely not getting IUL. So make sure you guys are going in here and playing, rather than throwing a whole bunch of stuff in the chat looking for support. You can go in there and actually look at some of these knockouts to give you a preview of coming attractions. But yeah, exactly. Good stuff. Yeah,
that's Great. We do look at income and make sure they qualify for it on IULs. We don't care about income or bankruptcies or anything like that on final expense, but on this we do. And then, dangerous stuff we got here. Yeah, so just the regular stuff. Then we're going to do text message. We're going to accept it and then agree, right? Now your client has just been sent a text message. You are supposed to read them off this little blurb here. Click this box. They read you the text message back, 614529, whatever. It's a 6-digit, 65367. I got to memorize that. Agree. All right, now you do your agent stuff. You can add a split here. The agent has to be licensed with us in that state already. If you just got a new state, it takes 4 days to get that state added. So just keep that in mind. If you get a new state, it won't pop up here for 4 days, and it has to be on here to write there. And it's 4 business days. Don't count weekends there. All right. Then your agent stuff here. How long have you known the client? All that good stuff. And then you sign as the agent. Now it's read all the answers. It's processing it, and congrats, Julia is approved. So now she is approved for coverage. We can customize the illustration again at this point and just make sure that it's exactly how the client wants it. Confirm coverage, right? Then we're doing income replacement here, source of premium, income. We're going to elect automatic transfers, save. Now we have the beneficiaries. Add those in, right? Save. Now, again, the first payment date is going to be today. We can adjust the ongoing date. Save it. Put it on whatever date you want to. Save payment schedule. Now, billing information, right? We're good there. Then we put in the client's banking information. We do have to use a bank account here. We cannot take credit cards, debit cards, or direct express cards. Save payment details. Continue to agent signature. You click it to sign. You send the text to the client or the email, whatever you want. Check it off. You got to read this blurb again. PIN code, confirm. And you just finished up your IUL. It should be the easiest IUL on your platform with the most options. It's extremely competitive against everybody else. So, do the Pepsi challenge. See how we look against everybody else. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. We built this thing to take over the market. Transamerica's back. We invented IULs in 1997. We, before that, just universal life policies existed. We said, hey, we're going to take the general account payment that would usually go to universal life, and we're going to just buy options with it and create this cap and floor strategy. So we invented the IUL, and then we kind of, we lost the marketplace for a while. We stepped out, and now we're going to take it over again. So, yeah, that's how to do an IUL with us. Yeah. Do you want to show your screen, Jordan, and kind of hop into the application and just show people how easy it is to finagle and to max fund and all this stuff?
Yeah, you got it, Steve. Let me share this over here. First and foremost, great stuff, man. For those, look, also, I heard through a grapevine, look, we all know how well Transamerica pays out with the, the point-to-point and whatnot with the final expense product. I heard through the grapevine, IUL is doing a little something too, huh?
Yeah, so, whatever your current FFIUL comp is, it's the same product. It's going to be 8 points higher. I don't have the new grids, but I can send you a grid or pull it up if you send me an email.
Yeah.
And just tell you exactly where you're at for FFIUL and just add 8 points to it.
Yeah. So guys, look, Transamerica, man, it's the way to go, man. They're taking over, not going anywhere. There's not slowing down anytime soon. You guys can see my screen nice and clear here, yeah?
Yeah, and next we'll have term available on this same platform.
Better watch out now.
And term all available here. And then we've got a lot of stuff coming. We're getting off IGO completely in the future. So we're gonna have our fully underwritten term on here at some point too with the text.
Yeah, you guys, and some quick comparisons to some of the other carriers we have. Obviously, there's limitations on some of them, right? 300,000 dB, 450,000 dB. This one's 500,000. There's other ones that are out there at 500,000, but they're not as smooth as this, man. And I don't know about y'all, as fellow agents, I like smoothness when it comes down to applications, right? No jumping through hoops and no juggling. All right.
Yeah.
So you guys can see here, I'm logged in, right? I'm going to run a quick quote. All I'm doing here is bam. Let's see. I ran a quote. You're going to click here in your portal. I'm going to go in here, Financial Foundation IUL 2.
And Jordan is part of our pilot group, and that's why he has access to this early. But you will have the same stuff. I think the date of birth there got screwed up.
Oh. All right, for all those paying attention here, make sure you put down my birthday.
Don't do California, do a different state.
Oh, that's right. That's right. California. Couldn't do it on myself. Yeah, that's right. I remember I tried doing it. I'm like, you son of a gun. Yeah. All right, let's see here, guys.
We'll have it soon.
All right, so you guys can see very easily. Go ahead.
So let's do a maximize cash value, right? Let's show a client that wants to stuff the most in here. Click maximize cash value here. And then go to customize.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, go to solve for face amount first. Sorry.
Solve face amount. Let me see here.
For face amount.
Say again.
Face amount.
Oh, up here. Okay. Yeah. Oh,
right.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Come on. Sorry.
And then go to customize under advanced options. Yep. And then go to change the death benefit from level to optimal switch. And then click save changes. So now we have a fully what's going on here?
Maybe lower it up a little bit.
We should be able to put more than that. We should be able to stuff in like
customize optimal switch withdrawals on loans, lifetime. Want a lower premium duration or no?
Try and show income. See if that works.
Say again.
Oh wait, there it is. Did we get it there?
Oh yeah, here we go. Let's see. Here we go.
Yeah, now it's working.
There we go.
So we got a fully optimized illustration here, right? If you show the illustration part, this thing's building cash value right away. And you want to download that full illustration, show them how it looks.
Yep.
You have to put a name in there, I think, or maybe not. Might just do value client.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Again, you can just do one of the easy solves, but there hasn't really been a policy you can max fund yet, right? So that's why I want to show you this. But yeah, most people do maximize protection or target solve, but if you do have a client who really wants to max fund this thing, we can do it like nobody else.
All right, here it is. I got it here, Steve. Come on.
Perfect. So here is the full illustration that we just generated right now. Super easy. If you want to click on go down to tabular detail.
Where do you want to go to?
Tabular detail. If you.
Oh yeah.
No, right there.
Yep.
Go up. Yeah, policy year 1. So we're already building cash value in the first year, right? We got 2,988 in cash value off of 3,600 that you put in. So this is a max funded illustration right here. This is a beautiful illustration. It looks great. This is for your clients who are really trying to get that retirement income planning. Scroll down to like age 70. Yeah, so at 70, right? We put in now $90,000 at age 70. The surrender value is $183,000, right? And the death benefit's $258. So we're right on that MEC line. It looks great.
Let's call it as it is, right? A lot of majority of these IULs out there, you're paying for a high cost of insurance from year 1, and you're seeing some zeros in that first year. If your client's intention is to build some cash in there, and you got zeros in there, you hear agents out there, they'll say, yeah, cash value, but it's the surrender value, not the policy value. You got to make sure it's structured properly, and that a lot of people don't really truly understand the power of this product right here, and how you understand it more. Keep showing up for trainings and play with it, and look, reach out to Steve. He got you back. We got you back. This is huge. Because now
you got an instant, maximizable policy. I don't think anyone had that before.
Question for you, Steve. If we're going in here, right, and you got to, now it's a little bit more, real quick, obviously we'll simplified structured IUL. It's building some more cash in here. How easy is it for the client to be able to go in there and be able to add some more? Because if they got some more room in there to fund.
Yeah, so this one doesn't really have much room in there.
Yeah.
This is right on the line. But if you do like a target fund where you have some extra top in there to put more money in, it's really easy to change the payment. So you just go in and they'd log into their portal and they can just change the payment right there.
Nice. Very good.
Yeah, it's not difficult at all.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody?
What questions do we have?
Say again?
What questions do we have? Anything?
Yeah. I was going to say, let's dive into some questions, guys. You guys got some questions here. But you guys got any questions, go ahead and drop them in the chat right now. Let's tackle them. Look, it's a great product. It's going to be available to you all tomorrow. New states, takes 4 business days to reflect. It's an easy chassis, same as the final expense product. Keep in mind, guys, it's the same day first payment. You can select the future date for each month. But look, and don't be misled. Degraded doesn't mean it's jacked up. It's increasing to decreasing. So
and that's a big one. That's the
huge.
one I have to make sure to explain because everyone thinks graded's like a not a good thing. It's a great thing.
Yeah. Let's see here. We got some questions popping up here. Oh no, it seems super simple. Yeah, it's pretty simple, guys.
The dream client for this, it's going to take a lot. I mean, it's going to take a lot of clients really well. It kind of does everything super well, but obviously for IULs, the kind of target market is at 35 to 55. But it'll take 65 years old. They just have to be somewhat healthy. They can't have a bunch of issues. Yeah. So like a mortgage protection, yeah, that's a great question. That would be a maximize. That would be a maximize protection. So if you do maximize protection, it'll do the lowest premium amount to endow at age 100 is really how it looks. Yeah. And that's you just click one button and you're good to go, Kimberly, on that.
What else we got? We got any more questions here, guys? Guys, go ahead and drop a 1 in the chat if you guys are excited to write this product. Look, everybody knows someone out there that's looking to build some cash. Everyone out there knows someone who's looking for some coverage. Do your due diligence. Build the need. Know the why. Provide the value. And look, these products are awesome. People are so quick to do simple and just throw someone in a term. However, again, just stay on that topic, mortgage protection. What if you could put someone in a position where they don't have to wait the full 30 years just to protection, and they could build some cash accumulation and pay off their mortgage a little bit earlier? These products are great for that. Great for people looking to save some money towards retirement and whatnot. Provide comfort and protection for the family immediately. Look, it doesn't get any better than this. I'm super excited for it. I know all the guys I've been talking to are excited for it. And look, Steve, you guys are always dropping bombs, man, and bringing that heat, man. I know there's more coming, man. And look, guys, I don't know about you, getting on a trip, getting top comp, got a great product. Shit. Oh, anything less would be uncivilized, So, guys, listen, thanks, Steve. We really appreciate you. Anything else to share with us in closing at all?
I mean, just keep watching for new stuff coming from Transamerica. We're back. We're back. We're going to be here for a long time. We're a massive company, and when we want to do something right and build out a product line, we do it right, and we're going to be the best again.
Hey, and I tell you what, doing some Transamerica, guys, going to get you one of those pinball machines in the back with a bottle of booze. Hey, guys. Hey, thanks again, Steve, for joining us as always, guys. And hey, make sure you guys, everybody's tuning in and see everybody over there at the Daily Dials. And hey, like Steve always says, we'll see you at the top.